Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Lacoste. I'm the co-founder of Jebbit. Before we get started, brief introduction about myself. I am 21 years old. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I originally started my academic career at Boston College before transferring over to Harvard and subsequently leaving school early. But our story with Jebbit started a few years ago on the campus of Boston College. My co-founders and I were in our dorm room watching a Hulu TV show when a 30-second pre-roll video ad appeared, and our very first instinct was to open up a new tab and go to Facebook. Now, after we did some digging, we weren't surprised to find out that we're not the only ones that do this. In fact, over 82% of us ignore brand content in this setting. Now, being two undergrads, we initially knew very little about the digital marketing world, but we quickly realized two things. One, how crowded the space already was, and two, how large of a space it was. $50 billion is spent each and every year on advertising and marketing. And to break that down for you, about $30 billion is spent on media, $13 billion on data-driven solutions, and $7 billion on content. However, what puzzled us was while there are certainly innovations in the industry, most of those companies on that crowded slide I just showed you do one of two things. They either help you get the right ad in front of the right consumer at the right time, or they help you build and personalize content. What was missing was that marketers were focused on the end result, the transaction, and they hadn't figured out how to humanize digital marketing to consumers to form that emotional connection. And this was extremely obvious in a space that we call post-click engagement. So as a consumer, immediately upon arriving at a brand's website, how does the brand interact with you? Here are some examples of how brands are interacting with consumers today. You go to their website, and boom, they want your email immediately. Try to continue reading content. Nope, they want you to pay. Try to fill out a form, or try to download some content. No, you have to fill out this form. And over 95% of us don't take those actions. That's even more than the 82% of us that ignore the original video ad. And so this was the reason why we started Jebbit. So Jebbit today is a one-to-one digital marketing platform focused on bringing the science of human psychology to the post-click space of digital marketing. What our platform allows marketers to do is when a consumer arrives at a website, instead of being greeted with an immediate pop-up or an ask, the consumer is greeted with a series of friendly, interactive questions focused on teaching you about the product or the brand in the content below. In exchange for interacting, you could actually unlock an incentive or some sort of reward or promotion. And then after that point, the marketers are asking for an email or recommend that you make a purchase. And while this seems a bit counterintuitive, what we actually find is that with Jebbit, we can capture 40% more emails because people don't leave immediately upon arriving at your website. We've increased sales 30% for our customers to date, and we drive 2 times as much engagement. Let's take a look at Reebok as an example. So Reebok is one of our customers, and they use Jebbit specifically in their social media strategy to drive more sales. So if you're a fan of Reebok on Facebook or Twitter, you might click on a post and be brought to an interactive version of Reebok's website. But instead of being brought to a static landing page, you're going to be brought to this experience which teaches you, the consumer, the benefits of the shoes, what athletes are currently wearing them, and what new technology Reebok has put in them. In exchange for interacting, you could unlock 20% off these pair of shoes. And one of the things we wanted to test when we ran with Reebok was how effective this result was compared to when they didn't include Jebbit. And so in our A/B test, we found that Jebbit drove 232% more sales than simply when someone went to the website and was offered a discount. Another example is Volkswagen. The CMO of North America, Volkswagen, is our direct client there because he considers Jebbit to be one of the top 5 marketing technologies he's going to be using this year. The way that Volkswagen uses it is that if you receive an email, they might be touting their new 2016 models. You click through, go to their website, and again, you're brought to this interactive experience where based on what car you currently drive and what features you've indicated are most important to you, Volkswagen will teach you what you need to know about the new models. Finally, this solution isn't just for consumer marketers. B2B brands such as Dell are utilizing the technology as a part of their lead generation strategy for content marketing. The way content marketing for B2B currently works something like this. You create a piece of content, you gate it by putting up a long form, and you send targeted traffic to that experience. With Jebbit, what we found is when you send someone through this experience, we can drive 3.4 times as many leads for these brands. Now, while the consumer experience is very simply designed, and it was intentionally done so, one of the misconceptions with Jebbit is that this is something that can be easily replicated by the marketer's team or by another technology company. However, what we found was that our patent-pending technology includes thousands of algorithms that have been written to help automate the process for marketers so that they could, in real time, figure out what the best combination of content, questions, and incentives were for each individual, myself, compared to any one of the judges, compared to any of you in the audience. In addition, we've captured tens of millions of unique data points with the vision to progressively profile each individual so that Volkswagen knows when I come to the website versus anyone else what's most important to me and how to market to me. So we launched this platform that I'm sharing with you today in April of 2014. And in 2014 alone, we booked $600,000 of new business. I'm ecstatic to be able to stand here today and share with you that this year so far, we're on pace to quadruple that and do $2.2 million in business this year. The reason for the rapid growth is that current customers are re-upping and signing up for larger packages. And second of all, we have new partners such as Yahoo, which are actually reselling the technology as a part of their marketing campaigns because there's such value in the performance. Customers license Jebbit on a SaaS model annual basis ranging from $12,000 to $120,000 per year. The difference in price essentially comes down to the amount of usage, the amount of service, and what specific tech features they might be utilizing. So for a couple of young guys that have gotten some early success, we've been lucky to capture some attention from the industry. Jebbit was named one of the top 25 most promising companies in the world by CNBC as part of Global Entrepreneurship Week. And earlier this year, my co-founder and I were the youngest entrepreneurs on Forbes' 30 Under 30 for marketing and advertising. But despite this success, we clearly have not done this alone. We've had fantastic investors and advisors help us along every step of the way. We raised our first round of seed, $500,000, in early 2013 from strategic angels that included the founder of HubSpot and the founder of Acquia. HubSpot and Acquia both being billion-dollar digital marketing companies. We then participated in the Techstars program and followed that up by raising a venture round of $1.29 million. And to say that we've stretched every dollar as far as possible over the last 2.5 years would be a big understatement. We also made it one of our earliest priorities to recruit the best and the brightest minds to join our board of directors and our advisory board. So we have men and women from companies such as Facebook, Adobe, and Warner Brothers that spend their nights and weekends with us, helping us shape our vision and make sure that we're on the right path. Now, like most rapidly growing startups, we're going to need some additional funding to continue our growth. We have a few options. One of them is to win the Blue Ocean Enterprise Challenge, which is certainly one of my preferences. But to go to show what we would do with the funding, I want to lay out a quick plan for you. So with the $250,000 we could win, we've proven over the last year that for every sales rep we hire, they can produce $288,000 in new business. With a stack of resumes on my desk of 3 sales reps and a VP of sales, we can translate that $250,000 into $1.8 million. At Jebbit, we have the vision that we can become one of the next billion-dollar digital marketing companies in this industry. And ultimately, that's what my co-founder and I dropped out of school for. Thank you. Thank you very much.